Okay, the Seattle Great Wheel has a diameter of 175 feet with 42 gondolas. The Seattle Great Wheel hangs over the water by 40 feet. Can you prove that the proportions of holes apart are equal for their circumference and the part that hangs over the water? Also, for the diameter and the part that hangs over the water. So first, you start off by drawing the Seattle Great Wheel, having the 40 that hangs over the water. You would want to solve for x to find the arc measure. So what you would do, start over here. You would use cosine 47.5, which is the part that between the center and the part that hangs over the water, and the radius. X would equal 57.1217. 2x would give you the central arc measure, which is 114.24. To find, you do 114.24 over 360 times 2 pi r, which is 2 pi 87.5. That would equal 174.5. The arc length would be the hold apart 549.779, that is the circumference, over 174.5, which is the arc length that hangs over the water. That would equal 3.15. That would be the ratio of the hold apart of the circumference. Then you'd want to find the hold apart ratio of the diameter, which would be 175 divided by 175 over 40. Then you would end up with 4.375. So that would be the ratio of hold apart for the diameter. 4.375 is not equal to 3.15, proving that the hold apart ratio for this Ferris wheel is not equal. For question number 2, since the Seattle Great Wheel has a radius of 87.5 feet and makes one revolution in 4 minutes, find how many seconds it will take to travel 200 feet from the bottom, and what is the arc measure. So, to start it off, we would set the arc measure as x. We'll set x over 360 is equal to 200. X over 360 times pi 175, which would be the circumference, equal to 200. Simplified would be 175 pi over 360 is equal to 200. Simplify the fraction, 35 pi x over 72 equals 200. Then you would times 35 over 72 by pi, and you would get 1.53. Then you would take 200, which is the amount of feet that you've traveled, divided by 1.53, and you would end up with 131. That would give you the arc measure. So, x equals 131. Now to find the time, you would take the total time for one revolution, multiply it by the central arc measure over 360, and that would give you the time taken to reach your 200 feet. 240 seconds for 4 minutes times 131 degrees, which is the central arc measure, over 360, which is the entire angle of a circle, equals 87.3 seconds, or 1 minute, 27.3 seconds. If someone were to throw an object at a 45-degree angle while on the ground 70 feet away from the base of the Ferris wheel, and the object's path formed a tangent line that has a point of tangency at 1/3 the way around the Ferris wheel, then how many meters did it travel until the object made contact with the Ferris wheel? So, first you want to draw your Ferris wheel. Its point of tangency, as you can see, is 1/3 around the Ferris wheel. This point right here. So, you want to solve for C, the entire length of the tangent line, until it is right above the center of the Ferris wheel. So, C is square root of 175 squared plus 70 squared, so C would equal 188.5 feet. Now, since the point of tangent C was 1/3 the way around, you would take 188.5 divided by 3, that would give you 62.8. 188.5 minus 62.8 would give you 125.7 feet. That's how far you've traveled in feet, but we want to know how many meters. So, you would then multiply it by 0.3048, and that would give you 38.31 meters. So, if someone were to throw the object 70 feet away at a 45-degree angle, the object would travel 38.31 meters.
Okay, so you would start from...
If you started your ride at the ground and it takes 4 minutes to make one full revolution, and you've been moving for 1.5 minutes, would your height from the bottom of the Ferris wheel be equal to 3/4 the diameter? Prove.
Okay, so since you start right here at the bottom, you're going to go 1.5 minutes all the way around to right here. And then what you would do to see if you could prove it by trying to see if it's a right triangle. And since that's 43.75, draw another radius, which is 87.5. Then you can try and prove it to see if it's a right triangle. Then you do 43.75 plus x squared equals 87.5 squared. And that will equal 1914.0. Then you would subtract the 19.14.
Yeah. It's just busy, you know. I gotta get more of these party invitations done tonight. Gotta get them ordered.
Then you would square root that, and then x would equal 75.777.
I haven't for the party,
And then
not yet. I hadn't got them from the company yet.
You would divide the whole diameter by 4, which would equal 43.75, and that would equal 1/4. You would then multiply it by 3,
And I got, yeah, and see their design, it's not a.
and that would equal 131.25.
So I have to do
So,
something for the party.
if you